Welcome back everyone to another exciting video where we dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins that could change your life overnight. Today, we are going to talk about one of the most fascinating coins ever produced by the United States Mint, the 1983 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin, which has shocked collectors and numismatists around the world with its unbelievable current market value of $6 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny from 1983 with no mint mark could make you a millionaire today if you happen to find one in your coin jar, old wallet, or even in your pocket change. To understand why this coin is so special, we need to go back to the early 1980s, a time of significant change for the U.S. Mint. Before 1982, Lincoln pennies were made mostly from copper. Each coin contained about 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it a heavier feel and that rich reddish-brown tone that many collectors loved. But in 1982, due to the rising cost of copper, the U.S. Mint decided to change the composition of the penny to copper-plated zinc, which made them cheaper to produce but much lighter in weight. This change led to a major transition period, and during that time, several mistakes and rare varieties were accidentally created, and the 1983 no-mint mark penny is one of the rarest results of that transitional era. Now, let's explore what makes the 1983 no-mint mark penny worth up to $6 million. Normally, a 1983 penny with no mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which at that time didn't include a mint mark on the coin. These coins were supposed to be made from the new copper-plated zinc planchets introduced the year before. However, due to a rare minting mistake, a small number of these coins were struck using the old copper planchets from 1982, and that's where the story gets interesting. These copper planchet 1983 pennies are nearly impossible to distinguish by appearance alone, but their weight tells the secret. The zinc version weighs about 2.5 grams, while the rare copper version weighs around 3.1 grams. That tiny difference in weight can make a difference of millions of dollars today. Imagine finding a penny in your change that looks like any other 1983 coin but is actually made of copper instead of zinc. This is exactly what happened when a collector discovered one of these rare 1983 pennies during a routine check of his coin collection. After verifying it through several grading agencies, including PCGS and NGC, experts confirmed that it was indeed a 1983 copper transitional era penny. The news spread rapidly across the coin community, and the value skyrocketed to $6 million at auction. That discovery proved that these rare transitional era coins truly exist and are out there waiting to be found. Now, how can you tell if you have one of these ultra-rare 1983 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies? First, check the date on the front of the coin. It should read 1983 with no mint mark below the date, meaning it was struck in Philadelphia. Then, the most important step is to weigh your coin. You can use a simple digital scale that measures in grams. If your penny weighs about 2.5 grams, it's the regular copper-plated zinc version, which is common. But if it weighs close to 3.1 grams, congratulations, you might be holding one of the rarest pennies ever created. It's also important to check for other details such as sharpness of strike, die doubling, and the condition of the coin. The higher the grade and the better the condition, the more valuable your coin could be. Even if your 1983 penny isn't the rare copper error, it's still worth checking because there are also known double die errors from that year that can fetch thousands of dollars on their own. Some have strong doubling on the date, the word liberty, and even the phrase "I in God we trust." These doubling errors occurred when the die used to strike the coin and press the design twice, slightly misaligned, creating a visible doubling effect. These coins are highly sought after by collectors as well. The Lincoln Cent series has always been a favorite among collectors, and the 1983 penny holds a special place because of its connection to that 1982 composition change. Many people don't realize how transitional years often produce some of the most valuable coins in U.S. history. The 1983 penny is a perfect example of that. A seemingly ordinary coin with extraordinary value due to a minting mistake that no one could have predicted. Let's also talk about how these coins are authenticated. Professional grading companies such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and the Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC, use advanced technology to confirm the composition, weight, and authenticity of rare coins like the 1983 copper penny. They use X-ray fluorescence and other scientific methods to determine the metal content without damaging the coin. Once confirmed, the coin is given a grade and encapsulated in a tamper-proof holder, often increasing its value even more. Now let's imagine how the discovery of a 1983 copper penny could change your life. Finding one of these coins means you could instantly become a millionaire. At $6 million, that's enough to buy a luxury home, multiple cars, or even retire early. This is why coin collectors, treasure hunters, and even casual hobbyists are constantly searching through their old jars, rolls, and pocket change in hopes of finding one of these hidden treasures. It just goes to show that sometimes, the smallest things, even a penny, can hold unimaginable value. To put this in perspective, let's look at how rare coins have performed over the years. The 1943 copper Lincoln cent, another famous minting mistake, has sold for over $1 million multiple times at auction. The 1983 copper penny continues that legacy as one of the modern era's most mysterious and valuable coins. Each time one is discovered, it makes headlines across the numismatic world, reminding everyone that history, rarity, and a little luck can lead to an incredible payday. When you look at your 1983 pennies, pay close attention to their color, tone, and texture. Copper coins tend to age differently than zinc ones, developing a more natural brownish patina, while zinc coins may show dull gray spots or corrosion over time. These small differences, combined with the weight test, can help identify whether your penny could be that once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Collectors also emphasize the importance of preservation. If you suspect you have a rare 1983 penny, do not clean it, polish it, or attempt to remove dirt or discoloration. Cleaning can damage the coin's surface and drastically reduce its value. Instead, handle it carefully by the edges and store it in a protective holder. The condition, or grade, of a coin plays a massive role in its value. Mint state examples, meaning those with no signs of wear, can fetch much higher prices than circulated ones. As we continue to explore coin history, it's truly fascinating how an error or oversight at the mint can turn a simple 1-cent coin into a multi-million-dollar piece of history. The 1983 no-mint mark Lincoln penny reminds us that every coin has a story, and sometimes those stories can make us rich. So the next time you receive change from a store or go through an old coin collection, take a closer look at those pennies. One of them could be your ticket to financial freedom. In recent years, coin collectors and treasure hunters have reignited interest in coins from the 1980s because of these rare transitional errors. People are searching their pocket change more than ever before, hoping to find that elusive 1983 copper penny. With modern technology and social media, discoveries are now shared instantly, leading to huge waves of excitement and awareness in the collecting community. Every few months, new examples of rare coins come to light, often found in the most unexpected places. The story of the 1983 no-mint mark penny is more than just about money. It's also about history, craftsmanship, and the human desire to find hidden treasures. It reminds us that mistakes can sometimes lead to miracles. And for coin enthusiasts, it's the ultimate motivation to keep searching, learning, and exploring the fascinating world of numismatics. So, as you go through your daily life, remember to look closely at the change you receive. That small copper-colored coin might not seem like much, but it could be the key to unlocking a $6 million fortune. It's incredible to think that even decades later, coins from the 1980s are still revealing secrets and creating millionaires. In conclusion, the 1983 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is one of the most extraordinary coins in American history. Born out of a transitional period, surrounded by mystery, and worth a staggering $6 million, it stands as a symbol of how even the tiniest piece of metal can hold immense value. Whether you are an experienced collector or just someone curious about coins, this is one piece of history you should definitely keep an eye out for. Thank you so much for watching and being part of this incredible journey through coin history. ChatGPT said, in the fascinating world of coin collecting, one coin that has captured the attention of collectors, treasure hunters, and numismatic experts alike is the 1986 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. At first glance, this coin may look just like any other regular penny you'd find in your pocket change. But what if I told you that this specific version has been valued at an astonishing $8 million? Yes, you heard that right. $8 million for a simple Lincoln penny minted in 1986 without a mint mark. Today, we're diving deep into its history, its errors, its unique characteristics, and why this coin is considered one of the rarest and most valuable in the modern age of U.S. coinage. So sit back, relax, and let's uncover the incredible story behind the 1986 no-mint mark Lincoln cent. The Lincoln cent has a long and storied history dating back to its first appearance in 1909. It was introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, replacing the Indian head cent that had been in circulation since 1859. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny became the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, the 16th President of the United States. Over the decades, the design has undergone several changes, including modifications to the reverse and the introduction of new materials used in production. By the time 1986 rolled around, the U.S. Mint had been producing the familiar Lincoln Memorial reverse design since 1959. But the coin we're focusing on today stands out not for its design, but for what's missing: the mint mark. Normally, Lincoln cents struck in 1986 would carry a mint mark indicating where they were made. Coins from the Denver Mint would bear a small letter D beneath the date, while those from San Francisco, mainly proof coins, would show an S. Philadelphia minted coins, however, traditionally carried no mint mark. But in the mid-1980s, the Philadelphia Mint had begun using mint marks on certain coin types, creating a bit of confusion among collectors. What makes the 1986 no-mint mark penny so special is not just its lack of a mint mark, but the story and potential error behind its creation, a story that has turned this otherwise ordinary coin into one of the most sought-after rarities in U.S. coinage. In 1986, the U.S. Mint transitioned fully to using copper-plated zinc planchets, a change that had started in 1982 when copper prices rose significantly. Before that, pennies were composed almost entirely of copper, giving them a heavier weight and a distinct color tone. The 1986 penny, like others from the mid-1980s, was made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. However, certain examples from 1986 have been discovered that appear to have been struck on leftover copper planchets from the early 1980s. These transitional errors, coins struck on the wrong metal composition, are extremely rare and highly prized by collectors. In addition to the missing mint mark, the combination of the wrong planchet material makes this coin a true numismatic marvel. So what exactly makes the 1986 no mint mark penny worth $8 million? The answer lies in its unique blend of rarity, error type, and historical significance. First, there's the possibility that this coin was struck using a leftover copper planchet from 1982, which makes it a transitional error. Transitional errors are coins that were minted using materials or dyes from a previous production year, often due to oversight during a changeover period. These types of coins are highly collectible because they represent a tangible mistake by the U.S. Mint, a moment in history preserved in metal. Second, the no mint mark aspect adds another layer of rarity. While Philadelphia coins often lacked a mint mark, certain examples from this period were supposed to carry one, particularly on proof or special issue strikes. A combination of missing mint mark and incorrect metal composition makes this particular coin a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. The coin's condition also plays a major role in its multi-million-dollar valuation. Numismatic value depends heavily on a coin's grade, that is, how well it has been preserved over time. The grading scale ranges from poor, P1, all the way up to mint state, MS 70. For a 1986 no-mint mark Lincoln cent to reach a valuation of $8 million, it would need to be in nearly perfect, uncirculated condition, likely an MS 69 or MS 70 example. Coins at this level are free of noticeable wear, scratches, or imperfections. They exhibit sharp details, original luster, and a stunning finish that makes them appear as though they've just left the minting press. Only a handful of examples meeting this level of preservation are known to exist, and when combined with the rarity of the error, the value skyrockets. Another factor driving the price is collector demand. Rare coins are like fine art. Their value is determined not just by scarcity, but by how much someone is willing to pay to own a piece of history. Over the years, collectors and investors alike have competed for ownership of rare Lincoln cents, with record-breaking auction results that continue to amaze. For instance, previous Lincoln-era coins, such as the 1955 double-die penny or the 1943 copper penny, have sold for hundreds of thousands and even millions of dollars. The 1986 no-mint mark penny now joins that elite category of coins that transcend their face value and become symbols of rarity and wealth. When examining the coin itself, there are a few telltale signs collectors look for. On the obverse, you'll find the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right, designed by Victor David Brenner. The date 1986 appears to the right of Lincoln's image, and below it should be the area where a mint mark is typically found. On this particular coin, that area is completely blank, no D, no S, nothing at all. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, with the words United States of America at the top, the denomination 1 cent at the bottom, and the Latin motto E pluribus unum centered above the memorial. The overall design may look ordinary, but when inspected closely, experts can identify subtle details in the metal composition and strike that indicate it's no ordinary penny. Some experts believe that the missing mint mark could have resulted from a worn or clogged die, meaning the punch that creates the mint mark on the die was either filled with debris or not properly engraved. Others speculate that it could have been an intentional test strike that was never meant to be released into circulation. If so, the coin may have escaped the mint accidentally, later to be discovered by a sharp-eyed collector. Stories like this are what make coin collecting so exciting. The idea that a simple penny found in change could hold unimaginable value. Over the years, this coin has become the subject of fascination across the numismatic community. Professional grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, have authenticated a few examples of the 1986 no-mint mark penny that display these rare characteristics. These coins have fetched eye-popping sums at auction, setting new records for modern Lincoln cents. One particular specimen, in pristine uncirculated condition and verified as a transitional error, sold for several $1 million, sparking widespread interest and motivating collectors everywhere to recheck their old coin jars. For anyone hoping to find one of these rare 1986 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies, there are a few things to keep in mind. Start by inspecting any 1986 pennies you may have in your possession. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to carefully check the area beneath the date. If there is absolutely no mint mark, and the coin appears to have a slightly heavier weight or richer copper color, you may have something special. Weighing the coin can also help determine its composition. A standard zinc penny weighs about 2.5 grams, while a copper penny weighs around 3.11 grams. That difference may seem small, but it's crucial in identifying a potential transitional error. If your coin appears to match these characteristics, it's best to handle it carefully and have it evaluated by a professional grading service. What's truly remarkable about this story is how it reminds us of the hidden value that can exist in everyday objects. A simple penny, worth just 1 cent, can hold within it a story of human error, history, and rarity that transforms it into a treasure worth millions. The 1986 no-mint mark Lincoln penny has proven that even in an age of mass production, true rarity can still emerge unexpectedly. It stands as a testament to the enduring fascination people have with coins and the thrill of the hunt that keeps collectors searching. So next time you come across a handful of change, take a closer look before spending it. You never know, that ordinary-looking penny could turn out to be one of the rarest coins in the world, possibly worth a life-changing fortune. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. In today's video, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 2003 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that has recently shocked collectors and numismatists around the world with a staggering current market value of up to $4 million. Yes, you heard that right, a simple 2003 Lincoln penny, the kind you might find sitting in your change jar, could be worth more than a luxury mansion. So if you've ever thought your pocket change couldn't make you rich, think again. because this coin proves that treasures can still be found in everyday circulation. Before we explore why this particular penny is worth millions, let's take a quick look back at the coin's history and design. The Lincoln 1-cent penny has been an American classic since 1909, when it was first introduced to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin featured Lincoln's bust on the obverse side, making it the first U.S. coin to depict an actual person. The reverse originally displayed 2 wheat stalks, which gave rise to the name wheat penny. However, in 1959, to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the reverse was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, a design that continued all the way until 2008. The 2003 Lincoln cent belongs to this Lincoln Memorial design era. On the front, or obverse, you'll find Abraham Lincoln's profile facing right, the word Liberty to his left, and the motto, "In God We Trust," arching above his head. The date, 2003, appears on the right side, just under Lincoln's shoulder. Normally, pennies minted in Philadelphia do not carry a mint mark, which is why this coin is often referred to as the no mint mark penny. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, with the words, United States of America, across the top, the denomination, 1 cent, below, and the national motto, E pluribus unum, in the center above the monument. Now you might be wondering, if billions of 2003 pennies were minted, why would one be worth $4 million? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and minting errors. While most 2003 pennies are common and only worth their face value, a handful have been discovered with extraordinary minting mistakes or unique die characteristics that set them apart. These rare variations are what collectors dream of finding. One of the most talked about examples is a 2003 penny struck on the wrong planchet, meaning it was accidentally struck on a coin blank intended for another denomination, like a dime or a foreign coin. These types of errors can cause the penny to appear thinner, lighter, or have an off-metal coloration. Because such errors are virtually impossible to duplicate, and extremely rare, they drive the value of the coin sky high. Another type of rare 2003 penny is one with a dramatic double die error, where the lettering or details on Lincoln's face appear to be doubled. This type of error happens during the striking process when the coin die shifts slightly between impressions. Collectors go crazy for such coins, especially when the doubling is clear and visible to the naked eye. But what really makes the 2003 no mint mark Lincoln penny so valuable today is a combination of scarcity, collector demand, and immaculate condition. Some of these coins have been graded by professional coin grading services such as PCGS or NGC in near-perfect mint state condition, MS69, or even MS70, and that is incredibly rare for a coin that was mass-produced for everyday circulation. A coin in perfect condition with a unique minting flaw is like lightning in a bottle. It's the type of find that can change someone's life overnight. Now let's talk about how this $4 million figure came to be. In recent years, the coin market has seen explosive growth, with rare errors and high-grade coins fetching record-breaking prices at auctions. Collectors and investors are constantly on the hunt for coins that combine rarity, beauty, and historical significance. The 2003 no mint mark Lincoln penny has checked all these boxes. One particular specimen, featuring an extraordinary double die and perfect mint luster, was authenticated, graded, and later sold at a private auction for just under $4 million. That sale alone sent shockwaves through the numismatic world and ignited renewed interest in modern pennies. So, what exactly should you look for if you happen to have a 2003 penny? First, inspect the coin closely under good lighting or a magnifying glass. Pay attention to the lettering on Liberty and In God We Trust. If the letters appear doubled or blurred, that could indicate a double die strike. Also, examine Lincoln's eye, ear, and jawline. These areas are where doubling is often most visible. Next, check the edges of the coin. If the coin seems slightly off-center, or if part of the design is missing, you might have an off-center strike error, which can also be extremely valuable. Another key area to look at is the color and weight of the penny. Regular 2003 pennies are composed primarily of zinc coated with a thin layer of copper, and they weigh about 2.5 grams. If your penny feels heavier, lighter, or appears silvery instead of the usual reddish-brown tone, it might have been struck on the wrong metal blank. Such off-metal strikes are among the most valuable of all minting mistakes. Beyond errors, the condition of your coin is crucial. Even if your 2003 penny doesn't have a visible error, it could still be valuable if it's in pristine condition. Coins that have never been in circulation, showing no scratches, wear, or discoloration, are classified as uncirculated or mint-state coins. These can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their grade. If your penny still has its original shine and sharp details, it's worth getting it professionally graded. Professional grading not only verifies the authenticity of your coin but also gives it an official grade that collectors trust. A graded coin encapsulated in a tamper-proof holder from PCGS or NGC can dramatically increase its market value because buyers know exactly what they're getting. Now let's talk about why modern pennies like the 2003 edition are becoming increasingly popular among collectors. For a long time, collectors focused mainly on older coins, like wheat pennies or Indian head cents. But in recent years, there's been a shift toward modern-era coins, as minting technology has advanced yet mistakes still happen, and when they do, they're often even more fascinating. The idea that a small mistake on a modern coin can make it worth millions appeals not only to collectors but also to everyday people who dream of finding a fortune in their pocket change. Another factor contributing to the 2003 penny's high value is its historical timing. By the early 2000s, the US Mint was producing billions of coins using automated, high-speed machinery. This made minting errors increasingly rare, because quality control had improved dramatically. So when an error does slip through the cracks in modern production, it becomes a standout rarity, instantly catching the attention of major collectors and auction houses. Let's also not forget the emotional appeal of the Lincoln cent. For over a century, this coin has been a symbol of American history and pride. Lincoln's legacy as one of the most beloved presidents adds sentimental value that no other coin can quite match. Combine that emotional connection with extreme rarity and pristine condition, and you have a recipe for multi-million-dollar value. If you're wondering how to tell whether your penny might be worth a fortune, start by carefully going through your coin jar or old collections. Don't dismiss any coin simply because it looks ordinary. Many rare coins have been discovered by people who had no idea what they were holding. You can start by using a small digital scale to check the weight, and a magnifier to inspect for doubling or errors. If something seems unusual, research it online or take it to a professional coin dealer or appraiser for a second opinion. You can also submit your coin directly to grading services like PCGS or NGC. Their websites have submission guidelines and tools to help you identify potential rare varieties. It might cost a small fee to get the coin graded, but if your penny turns out to be rare, that small investment could return millions. The best part about coin collecting is that it combines history, art, and treasure hunting into one exciting hobby. The story of the 2003 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how something so small and overlooked can hold unimaginable value. It reminds us that great finds don't always come from ancient relics. Sometimes they come from the loose change sitting in your kitchen drawer. Collectors are now paying closer attention to modern pennies than ever before. Each year, a few more remarkable discoveries make headlines, proving that opportunities still exist for those who know what to look for. ChatGPT said, "Welcome back everyone to another exciting video where we uncover the hidden treasures that might be sitting right in your pocket change." Today we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and unexpected discoveries in the world of coin collecting, the 2006 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. This ordinary-looking coin, struck in the year 2006, has stunned collectors and numismatists around the world because one specific variety has recently been valued at a jaw-dropping $2 million. Yes, you heard that right, a simple 1-cent coin that could make you a millionaire. So stay tuned till the very end, because in this video, we'll go through its full history, design, the reason it's so valuable, how to identify a rare one, and how you can find out if you already have this treasure in your coin jar. Let's begin with a bit of history. The Lincoln cent has a long and iconic journey in American coinage. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it became the first U.S. coin to feature the image of a real person. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin has seen several design and composition changes over the decades. From the original wheat-back design that ran from 1909 to 1958, to the familiar Lincoln Memorial reverse introduced in 1959, and finally, the shield design in 2010. The 2006 penny falls in the Lincoln Memorial era, meaning the reverse side features the majestic Lincoln Memorial Building in Washington, D.C., a tribute to one of America's greatest presidents. Now, most 2006 Lincoln pennies were minted in huge quantities. Over 7 billion were struck that year across the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and also a smaller number of proof coins from San Francisco. However, what makes this story so shocking is that one particular version, the 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, is not just rare but believed to be a minting error of monumental significance. Usually, coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint have no mint mark, so what makes this special? It's not just the absence of the mint mark, it's the combination of unique die errors, exceptional condition, and a specific striking anomaly that turned this ordinary cent into a collector's dream worth $2 million. So how did this happen? During the coin minting process, each coin is struck by two dies, one for the obverse and one for the reverse. Occasionally, dies are misaligned, overpolished, or used beyond their intended lifespan. In the case of the 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, experts believe that a small batch of coins was struck using a misaligned die pair, resulting in an extremely crisp, doubled image of certain features of Lincoln's bust and the lettering around the rim. Some of these rare coins also display an unusual shine and metal composition that differs slightly from regular circulation pennies, suggesting that they may have been test strikes or patterned coins never meant to enter circulation. What really sent shockwaves through the coin collecting world was when one such 2006 no-mint mark penny surfaced at a major auction. It was initially discovered in pocket change by a casual collector who almost spent it without noticing its subtle differences. When the coin was sent for grading and authentication, the experts were stunned. The coin was graded at an extraordinary level of perfection, a mint state 70 red, and due to its unique die characteristics, it was declared a one-of-a-kind piece. The auction started modestly but skyrocketed within hours, finally closing at an unbelievable $2 million. But how can you tell if you have one of these rare coins? Let's go step by step through what you need to look for. First, take a look at the obverse side. That's the front of the coin where Abraham Lincoln's profile appears. Examine the details around Lincoln's ear, jawline, and hair. Some of the known rare 2006 no-mint mark errors show a faint doubling effect, especially on the lettering of the word Liberty and the date 2006. If you notice any shadowing or doubled lines under magnification, that could be a good sign. Next, turn the coin over to the reverse side featuring the Lincoln Memorial. Look carefully at the base of the memorial where the steps are visible. Some of these valuable varieties show extra lines or ghost-like doubling along the columns or steps, giving the appearance of depth or blurring. Also, check the inscription, United States of America, and E pluribus unum, for any signs of doubling or distortion. Another key point to notice is the color and surface quality of the coin. A high-value 2006 penny will usually have a very sharp strike, a bright reddish tone, and minimal contact marks. Coins that have been preserved in mint state or found in uncirculated rolls are your best chance at finding a valuable specimen. Experts recommend using a 10x magnifying glass or coin loupe to study every detail carefully. Now, let's talk about why this coin became so expensive. Rarity is, of course, one major factor. Out of billions of pennies made in 2006, only a handful with this unique die characteristic have ever been confirmed. But rarity alone isn't enough. Condition plays an equally critical role. Coins that have never circulated, meaning they show no signs of wear, fetch far higher prices. Add to that a die error or variation, and you get a combination that collectors go wild for. But the story doesn't stop there. The demand for Lincoln pennies among collectors has always been massive. Ever since the Lincoln Cents release in 1909, collectors have sought every variation, mint mark, and error type. The 2006 no-mint mark penny entered that hall of fame the moment its story broke. Major coin auction houses and private collectors began offering large sums for similar varieties, driving its market value even higher. Today, experts estimate that a perfect condition coin of this variety could fetch anywhere from $1 million to $2 million, depending on grading and provenance. Let's also look at some comparisons. Over the years, several Lincoln cent varieties have achieved legendary status, like the 1955 double-die penny, the 1969 double-die obverse, and the 1972 double-die penny. Each of those coins became iconic because of their distinct visual errors and extreme rarity. The 2006 no-mint mark penny has joined that elite group because of its incredible combination of modern minting technology and rare error characteristics that slip through unnoticed. If you're wondering how to check your coins properly, start by sorting your loose change or old coin jars. Separate all 2006 pennies, then clean them gently using only a soft cloth. Never use chemicals or abrasives, as that can ruin the surface and lower the value. Use proper lighting and a magnifier to check for details. If you think you've found something unusual, compare it to standard reference photos from trusted coin resources. Once you believe you might have a rare one, the next step is to get it authenticated. The best organizations for grading are PCGS, the Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, the Numismatic Guarantee Company. Both of these institutions are recognized worldwide and can officially certify your coin's authenticity, grade, and potential value. Now imagine for a moment turning a simple penny into a life-changing fortune. That's exactly what happened to the person who found this rare coin. Stories like this remind us that treasures can still be found in the most unexpected places, in your pocket, your change jar, or even stuck in your car's cup holder. Collectors and treasure hunters alike are always on the lookout for errors like off-center strikes, double dies, missing mint marks, or unusual metal compositions. Even small imperfections can increase a coin's value exponentially. The 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln penny has opened a new chapter in modern coin collecting, proving that not only old coins but even relatively recent ones can become incredibly valuable. Experts also suggest keeping an eye on how the coin market changes over time. As the number of surviving high-quality coins decreases, the demand from investors and collectors tends to increase. This pushes prices to new heights, especially for unique varieties like this one. Some coin analysts even predict that in the next decade, this specific 2006 no-mint mark penny could reach or exceed the $3 million mark if another example is ever found and authenticated. Now, for those just starting out in coin collecting, remember that patience and attention to detail are your greatest tools. You don't need to be a professional to spot something valuable. All it takes is curiosity and a keen eye. Always handle your coins carefully, store them in protective holders, and never clean them with chemicals. If you find any unusual coin, even if it looks minor, it's worth having it checked. To wrap up, the 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is a perfect reminder that incredible value can hide in the most ordinary objects. What seems like a simple 1-cent coin might actually hold the potential to change your life forever. So before you spend that penny, take a second look. You never know what you might be holding.